Hi, I'm Joni Hilton, your YouTube mom. Hey, we're going on vacation. It's always so fun when we get to go away, even if it's for a weekend. So I'm going to give you packing tips that you're going to love and that will help make your next trip really smooth and fun. This is the first one. Always take this when you travel. It could be a clothespin, it could be a safety pin, or it could be just a little clip like this. And what's it for? How many times have you been in a hotel room and the curtains don't close? Just take them and close them with this. Oh, that bright sun that always comes through that little sliver won't wake you up the next time. It's a really handy and takes up no space item. Here's another trick I use. When I brush my teeth and I get down to the very end of the toothpaste and I have about a few days worth left, I stick it in my cosmetics bag and just leave it there till my next trip because it reduces the space, the amount of space it takes up, and the weight. So do this with a lot of your products, whether it's shampoo, even medicines, lotions, whatever, because you don't need the whole big bottle for a weekend, right? And then you don't also have to go and purchase the tiny size. You've got the tiny size, you made it yourself. So those are a couple of things to remember. Now, a lot of people when they pack a suitcase swear by this method, rolling clothes up. And it does work somewhat, depending on how wrinkly your clothes are. Obviously, sweatpants aren't going to get wrinkly, so that's a great thing you can roll up. Same with jeans and certain t-shirts. But if you have really dressy clothes for some occasion, you might be going to a wedding or something, you don't want to roll something up that's going to have to be ironed. So here's another way to do it. Layer your clothes this way in a suitcase. Like, here's a pair of pants. I put the legs in here and draped it over the side. Then I took a sweater and I draped it over the side. And you continue this way until you're done. Pretend we're done. Then you fold everything over. And that way nothing really has a hard crease. It's all kind of just made a U shape. And then while we're at this suitcase, pick the right size suitcase. Don't pick a suitcase that's too big for just a weekend. All your stuff will tumble around and get wrinkled. And don't think, well, I'm gone 2 weeks, but I don't want a great big suitcase, so I'm going to cram everything into this duffel bag. Things get equally wrinkled. Make sure that your clothes properly fit your suitcase. Here's a tip especially for ladies. We all know that we want our suitcases to be lightweight, and yet shoes are one of the heaviest things. So choose lightweight shoes and choose shoes that will go with both pants and skirts so that you don't have to pack so many pair. And make sure you pick a color scheme, whether it's black or red, white, and blue or taupe and tan or whatever your color scheme is. Make sure that you have shoes that kind of go with everything. It'll cause a lot of trouble if you have to go to the airport, find out your bag weighs too much, and now you got to start pulling pairs of shoes out. Try to go with a few pair of shoes. Now this is a great tip for children. If you have kids going on a trip with you, pack each day's outfit together in a little Ziploc bag. So the socks and the shorts and the t-shirt are all in one concise place. Then kids don't rummage, they don't say they've lost something, they just pull out the bag, and you can even put a little card in there that says Tuesday or Wednesday, and they can take that day's bag out. A great thing about these Ziplocs is also for putting dirty clothes in. So at the end of the day, the t-shirt that they spilled ice cream on, the socks that they wore, those can go into their own little bag and stay away from getting the other newer clothes dirty. A Ziploc is also great for storing anything liquid or spillable. You know, it's possible you could pack these things and they won't spill, but why take a chance, right? You don't want to, even if it's in your cosmetic bag, why let it get all over your hairbrush? Just put it in its own little container just in case it does spill. Now, here's something to remember. Passports, valuable jewelry, even some medications, you would be devastated if it was in your big luggage and it got lost. Make sure you carry on items that you couldn't stand to lose. And check with the airline to see about the medications, if you can even bring those on. Here's a tip for girls. So often when we travel, we get somewhere and we go, oh, I didn't realize how dressy that place was. I wish I'd packed a skirt. Pack a giant scarf, a parea, a sarong, and then you not only have a scarf, but you can create a little swimsuit cover-up or a skirt out of that, and it takes up very little space. The last tip I want to give you is that when you're packing, put your jammies in last. And that way, when you arrive and you're exhausted, you just don't want to unpack, not tonight, I'll do it tomorrow. You just can reach in and get your jammies out. That's the order to put them in, and that's some great ways to save you a troublesome trip. Instead, you'll have a fabulous vacation. I'm Joni Hilton, your YouTube mom. Check out my website, jonihilton.com, and for goodness sake, buy my books and tell your friends to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.